Stephanie from Raven and Blots, and today I'm going to be doing the books and coffee tag. This tag was originally created by Bangy Banks. I'm going to link his original video right down below, so you can go check that out and see if you want to do it too. Now, I wasn't tagged in this video, but it looked like a lot of fun because, I mean, books, coffee, kind of the quintessential pair, wouldn't you say? I would. So anyway, there are 8 questions. I'm going to try to answer them to the best of my ability and knowledge, hopefully without messing up. Okay, so question 1, black. Name a book that is hard to get into, but the fans are hardcore loyal. We know who you are. All right, so for this one, I'm basically going with anything written by Cassandra Clare. This is the first book in the Infernal Devices series, known as Clockwork Angel. Cassandra Clare's writing is amazingly brilliant, and I love her characters, I love her world building, but they're intimidating books. And especially if you look at the back here, those are all the ones so far that she's written, and all of them range from 500 to more pages, and it's just insane. But these fans are like so loyal and hardcore, and they're welcoming, but man, they're hardcore. They definitely know their stuff, that's for sure. Question 2, Peppermint Mocha. Name a book or series that gets more popular as the weather turns colder and it gets more festive outside. You know, Christmas, New Year's, all that jazz. For me, this is definitely going to be the Harry Potter series. Now, for me personally, I like to read this during the summer months when I actually have time to get through the whole series, but a lot of people read it in the winter time, mainly because I think all the days get colder and the nights get longer, and we just kind of go, hey, we should read something. We should read Harry Potter. So that's definitely my Peppermint Mocha book. Question 3. Name a favorite childhood book. Now, this is not my top #1 favorite childhood book. However, it is my favorite childhood chapter book, so I'm going to go with that. And that's from The Mixed Up Files of Miss Basil E. Frankweiler by E.L. Kongsberg. This follows 2 siblings, Jamie and Claudia Kincaid, who run away from home and go to the Metropolitan Museum of Art and live there for about 2 weeks. And I love this book. When I first was introduced to this story, my mom was reading 1 chapter a night to me and my sister, and on the 3rd night I decided that she was reading too slowly and I wasn't finding out what was going on. And so I snuck out and started reading more and reading ahead, and she caught me and threw the book on top of the refrigerator, so I couldn't do that anymore. So this definitely, though, unlocked a lot of reading chapter book possibilities for me, and it also introduced characters that weren't always good. And I really liked that idea. I really liked the idea that as a child I was allowed to be different or unique, and I really wanted to run away to the Metropolitan Museum of Art, but my mom told me we couldn't do that anymore. So there's that. But this is an excellent book. Always has a favorite place in my heart. Question 4, Double Shot of Espresso. Name a book that kept you on the edge of your seat from start to finish. For this one, I'm going with Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. This literally, after 10 pages, sucked me in so deep, I realized I was up until 2:30 in the morning when I had to get up at 4:45 in the morning to go to work. And at that moment, it became clear that I loved this book a lot. So I love the world building. It basically follows a 17-year-old boy named Wade who tries to find the world's largest Easter egg in a video game. I know it doesn't sound as exciting when you say it like that, but trust me, there's a lot of explosions, world play, role play, movies and music and trivia and stuff, and it's just really, really awesome. I love this book. Like, it's just one that once you start, it's really hard to put down. So yeah, read it with a long weekend or something. Question 5, Starbucks. Name a book that's everywhere. For this, I'm going with my favorite game of BookTube, and that's called Where is the Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. That's right, Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell is Starbucks. Mainly because no matter what video I see of booktubers, 9 times out of 10 I can spot Fangirl in the background, unless they're people like Sarah without an H who doesn't really use books as the background. But a lot of times I can catch Fangirl. Also, spoiler, if you are doing the book scavenger tag, this has 7 letters. Yeah, most people like miss it, and I'm like, no, you have fangirl. Grab that, grab it. Oh, yeah, you can't hear me because I'm on the other side of the camera this time. But this is definitely everywhere you look. It's got a commemorative issue now, which I really want because it's so pretty. It's got like pretty end papers instead of the white, but I can't. I'm not going to spend the money. I'm not going to spend the money. Question 6. That hipster indie coffee place. Give a shout out to underappreciated indie author. For this, I'm going with Jacoby by William Ritter. This was my first book that I read in 2015, and I absolutely adored it. It's so awesome. A lot of people, when I first started hearing about it on Twitter, it was about December, people were talking about how it is Doctor Who, like, in form. And I read it, and it's really not like Doctor Who, so I'm not sure if they were just saying it because it's blue, but it's not. Imagine Supernatural meets Sherlock in the 19th century, but in America, and you might have a more close view of what it is about. You get banshees, and you get harpies, and you get trolls that live under bridges, and Grant promises her fish. You have a little old woman who has a shawl that turns her invisible to people who actually have houses. And you also have a couple really good villains and really good characterization. I love this book. The only problem, do you see how small this book is? I wanted about 4 times the amount because I wanted the rest of the stories. I wanted more stories. Hopefully we get a sequel sometime soon, but you guys need to check this out because it's one of my favorites, and I also don't feel like it's talked about enough on BookTube. I feel like a lot of people either don't know about it or they don't talk about it, and this is an excellent book. I don't know why nobody's talking about it, so you need to go read this book because it's fantastic. Yes. All right, question 7. I accidentally got decaf. Oops. Ew. Yeah, that wouldn't be an accident for me. I'd be like, I need regular now, please. For that, sadly, my choice is Isla and the Happily Ever After by Stephanie Perkins. This book was a big disappointment to me, and there's no way to sugarcoat it. I loved Anna, and Lola was my absolute favorite. She had such chutzpah, and I loved her. And then we got to Isla, and I really didn't feel like Isla had much of a voice. I felt like she wasn't the best narrator, and I never really liked the character of Josh and Anna anyway, so to me, to have a whole story about him was really not fun. But I was very sad because I was kind of expecting it to be better than both Anna and Lola, and I don't feel it lived up to all the hype that was going on. So it's definitely a decaf book for me. Yeah, that's a decaf. And question 8. Name the perfect blend. A book that's both sorrowful and sweet, full of surprises, and yet ends perfectly. For this, I'm going with the book I push on people all the time. I kid you not. If you know me for any length of time, this is a book I'm going to tell you need to read, and that is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstein. Erin has a way of writing characters that are both funny and sorrowful, and yet at the same time very realistic. She gives her characters flaws and traits that sometimes you wish they didn't have, and it's a fantastic story. It follows Celia and Marco, who are placed in a game without their consent and without their knowledge, and they are 2 magicians pitted against each other. And you basically follow them as they go through the game, fall in love, and also try to basically figure out what's going on with them. I absolutely love this book. And it's, you have people who are, you have like Poppet and Widget who can see the past on anyone's clothes, and you have, and they can also see the future. You have Bailey, who wants to live in the circus forever, and some of it is set in the 19th century, some of it is set in the future, and some of it is set in the present day. And it's just a fantastic book, And Erin, I need more writing from you because your words are just so incredible and you create worlds I want to live in forever. And why have you not given me another book? Please, please, please write another book so I can, you know, push that one on everybody as well. So, but, you know, take your time so that one is good too. But this is my bae and I need another one, like, desperately. So anyway, guys, that is my coffee and books tag. And I hope you enjoyed it. I had fun making it and fun kind of choosing my books that I was going to use. There's nothing much to say. I am in the 5 books, 7 days marathon, readathon. So I'm probably going to be doing an update video sometime on either Thursday or Friday about how I'm doing on that, which I think I'm doing pretty good. We'll see. We'll see when the video comes out. But there's not much else to report. So have an awesome night, you guys, and keep reading, you awesome book dragons, you.